start?
I didn't know whether we were starting or not.
Okay, right. We can start now.
Where did you get that wine?
The cellar.
My father's Burgundy!
Well, can't his son-in-law drink it?
And I'm drinking beer.
Ah, it just shows your tastes are lower than mine.
Thief.
What? You're going to start a hue and cry?
Oh, I've thrown in my lot with a thief. I must have been drunk, or walking in my sleep. On Midsummer Eve, the night of innocent fun.
Innocent? Wow.
Oh, is anyone on earth that's as miserable as I am now?
Oh, what have you got to be miserable about? You've done very well for yourself. What about Christine? How do you think she'd feel?
I used to think servants had feelings. Now I know they haven't. A servant's a servant.
And a whore is a whore.
Oh God in heaven, take my wretched life. Lift me from this dirt I'm sinking into. Help me, oh help me.
I don't admitting I feel sorry for you. In that time, in the onion bed, I look up at you and saw you in the rose garden. I tell you, I had the same dirty thoughts as the other boys.
And then you wanted to die for me.
What? In the open? Oh, no, that was just talk.
Do you mean it was a lie?
Well, more or less. I remember reading somewhere in a paper about some chimney sweep who locked himself in a chest full of elderflowers because he couldn't pay a maintenance order.
So that's the kind of man you
I
are.
had to think of something, didn't I? Women like that sort of talk.
Brute.
Mad.
And now you've seen the back of the hook.
Wow. Not exactly its back.
So I have to be your lowest branch today.
And the branch turned out to be rotten.
I'm to be the signboard of your hotel.
I am the hotel room.
To sit in your office, attract your customers and fake your bills.
No. See to that myself.
To think a man could sing so.
Ooh, you speak for yourself.
You serpent! You'd like me stand up when I speak to
You
you!
servant tart! You slut! Shut your mouth and get out!
You're one. You're a nice one to come nagging about coarseness. You never see a girl in my walk of life make herself as cheap as you did tonight. Why, even the meanest skivvy would have thrown herself at a man like that. Do you ever see a girl of my class? Did you ever see a girl of my class carrying on like that? No, I've never seen the like. Except in a farmyard or on the streets.
That's right. Hit me, trample on me, it's all I deserve, I'm dirt. But help me. Help me out of it, if there is a way out.
Oh, I don't mind admitting my share of the honor. Shut up, bitch. I don't mind admitting my share of the honor in having seduced you. But do you really think a man in my position would have dared so much as look at you if you hadn't invited him? Still, now I am amazed.
I'm proud.
Oh, well, why not? I mean, you were all too excited. You were all too quick to be really excited.
Yes, hit me, hit me.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I never like hitting anyone while they're down, least of all a lady. Still, I'm glad to find out that what dazzles us underlings is only tinsel. Fine complexion's powder and polished nails are black-edged. The handkerchief is dirty in spite of its perfume. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to find out that what I wasn't striving for wasn't truer, more worthwhile. Still, it hurts me to see you fall so much lower than your own cook. It's like watching flowers beaten down into the mud by the autumn rains.
You talk as though you've already risen above me.
Oh, but I have, don't you see? I can make you a countess, you could never make me a countess.
I'm a child of a count, which is more than you'll ever be.
You're right. But I could be the father of counts if...
But you're a thief, I'm not.
There are worse things to be than a thief, Miss Julie, much worse. Still, when I'm working in the home, I see myself as part of the family. One of the children. Can you really call it stealing if the children pick the fruits from the branches that are heavy with it? No. Miss Juliet, you're a fine woman. Much too good for the likes of you. You lost your head. You were swept off your feet, and now you're trying to make it right by persuading yourself you were in love with me, but you weren't. And you may have been attracted by my looks, and if you were, then your love is no better than mine. If you wanted the animal in you, that would never do for me, because I can't take your love.
Are you sure of that?
You mean, perhaps, I could love you? Yeah, I certainly could. You're beautiful, refined, elegant, charming when you want to be. If you once set a man's heart on fire, it wouldn't likely to be go. It wouldn't be likely to go down. If you once set a man's heart on fire, it wouldn't be likely to go out. You're like hot wine, spices. One kiss from you.
Let go of me, that is not how you win me!
Then how? That's not the way, then how? If you don't want kisses and pretty speeches or someone will plan for you and stop you from degrading yourself, then how?
I don't know. I've no idea. I hate you, as if I'd hate a rat. But I can't free myself from you.
Then come away with me.
Away, yes, we'll go away. But we must talk it over first. At least I must. So far, you've done all the talking. You told me all about your life, and I need to tell you about mine. Then we'll know all about each other before we go on our travels together.
We've missed a bit. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Right, which one go for?
Oh, no, that was me. Then that's...
It's
Supposed
your
to take
fault.
the wine. You're supposed to take the wine and drink it. Don't drink so much, it'll go to your head. Now just do that again. From come away with me. Come away with me.
Away, yes, of course we'll run away. But I'm tired. Give me a glass of wine. Oh. We must talk things over first if there's still time.
Don't drink so much, it'll go to your head.
What does it matter?
Oh, it matters because drinking is vulgar. What were you going to say?
We'll run away. But we must talk it over first. At least I must. So far you've done all the talking. You told me all about your life. Now I'm going to tell you about mine. Then we'll know all about each other.
No, hold on. Just... Sorry, I interrupted you. Just go, do it again. Sorry.
We'll know all about each other before we go on our travels together.
No, just a minute, look. Think this through before you tell me any secrets you'll be sorry for later.
Aren't you my friend?
For the moment. Don't rely on me.
You don't mean that. Anyhow, everyone knows my secrets. My mother wasn't a noblewoman. Her people were quite ordinary. She was brought up according to all the theories of her time about the equality and freedom of women and all that. She could never bear the thought of marriage, and when my father proposed, she swore that she would never be his wife. But she married him in the end. As far as I can make out, I was born against her wishes. Then she wanted to bring me up, to bring me up to lead what she used to call a child's natural life. I was to learn everything a boy does, just to prove that a woman's as good as a man. I had to wear boys' clothes and learn how to handle a horse, though I wasn't allowed in the dairy. I had to groom the horses and harness them and hunt. I even had to try to do farm work on our estate, but men were given the women's work and the women's the men's. till everything went to pieces and we were the laughing stock of the whole neighbourhood. At last my father seemed to have woken up from his trance. He asserted himself at last. And things were run his way. My mother became ill. I don't know what was the matter with her, but she kept having convulsions. She used to hide herself away in the attics or in the grounds. Sometimes she'd stay out all night. Then came the big fire. You must have heard about that. The house and the stables and the barns were all burnt down, and in a way to make it look as if it was on purpose, because it happened the very day after the insurance expired. And the new premium that my father had sent was delayed through the messenger going astray. So it got there too late.
Don't drink so much.
Well, what does it matter? We hadn't a roof over our heads, and we had to sleep in the carriages. My father didn't know where to get the money to rebuild. Then my mother advised him to borrow it from a friend she'd known all her life, a brick manufacturer not far from here. My father got the loan, and to his great surprise, without any interest, so the house was rebuilt. Do you know who started the fire?
Her ladyship, your mother,
And do you know who the brick manufacturer was?
your mother's lover.
Do you know whose money it was?
Wait a minute. No, I don't know.
It was my mother's.
In other words, the Count's, unless their estates were separate.
They were. My mother had some money that she wouldn't let my father touch, but she invested in it with the friend.
Who pinched it?
Exactly. He kept it. My father found it. He couldn't pay his wife's lover. He couldn't prove it was his wife's money. That was my mother's revenge, because he'd made himself a master in his own house. For a time, he felt like shooting himself. As a matter of fact, he said he tried to, but failed. Well, in the end, he lived it down and made my mother pay for what she'd done. You can guess what those first years were like for me. I was sorry for my father, but I sided with my mother. You see, I didn't know the true story then. She taught me to mistrust and hate men. I expect you've heard she hated the whole sex. And I swore to her that I would never be a slave to any man.
Yet you married the Count Attorney.
Only to make him my slave.
And he wouldn't be.
Oh, he would have been all right, if I'd let him. But I tired of him.
So I saw in the stable.
What did you see?
That's what I saw. We broke off the engagement.
That's a lie. I broke it off. Did he say he broke it off? The brute.
I'm not so sure he's a brute, Miss Julie. So hate men, Miss Julie.
I do. But there are times when a woman is weak. And then,
Do you hate me?
more than I can say, I'd willingly shoot you like an animal.
Quick as a flash. You put down a mad dog, eh?
Exactly.
But you have no gun and there is no dog. So what are you going to do?
Go abroad.
What, and live life and make life hell for each other for the rest of our lives?
No, to enjoy our lives. For a few days, a week, as long as we can. And then die.
Die? That's silly. If you ask me, we'd be better off starting in the town.
By Lake Como, where the sun's always shining and the oranges shine on the trees and the laurels have fresh green leaves at Christmas time.
Lake Como is a rainy hole. I've never seen any oranges there except for fruit stalls. Plenty of tourists there, though. Villas, young lovers. And plenty of villas to rent to loving couples. And that's a paying game, you know why? Because they pay a 6 months lease and they leave after 3.
Why after 3 weeks?
Well, because they quarrel, of course. But they still have to pay the rent all the same. So it gets rented out again. Yeah. So you let the house. So you let the house again. It goes on. There's plenty of lovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of lovers, even though they don't last.
Then you don't want to die with me.
Die at all. I enjoy my life. Besides, I think suicide is a sin against our Maker who gave us life.
Do you mean to say you believe in God?
Of course I do. I go to church every other Sunday. Look, to be honest, Miss Julie, I'm getting tired of this. I should have sat down. I should have been sat down there and do that from because they quarrel. No. Why after 3 weeks?
Why after 3 weeks?
Because they quarrel, of course. But you still have to pay the rent all the same. But you have to let the house again go over and over. There's plenty of lovers, even if they don't last.
Then you don't want to die with me.
I don't want to die at all. I enjoy life. Plus, and besides, I think suicide is a sin against our Maker who gave us life.
Do you mean to say you believe in God?
Of course I do. I go to church every other Sunday, but to be honest, Miss Julie, I'm getting tired of this. I'm going to bed.
Oh, are you? Do you think I'm going to be content with that? Do you know a man owes a woman something after he's dishonoured her? That could have been so smooth.
Right, good. Do that again.
Oh, are you? Do you think I'm going to be content with that? Don't you know a man owes a woman something after he's dishonoured her?
You're welcome. I'm sure I don't want to be anyone's debt.
You know the legal penalty.
It's a shame there's no legal penalty for a woman who seduces a man.
What else is there for us but to go abroad, marry and then separate?
I suppose I wouldn't make it. I suppose I wouldn't take on such a bad match.
A bad match?
Yes, for me, my stock's better than yours. No one in my family ever committed arson.
How do you know?
I can't prove otherwise, can you? Since we haven't any pedigree, except in the parish records, what would I see in your family tree in a book and drawing table? Do you know who founded your family? A miller. Who let the king sleep with his wife one night in the Danish War. I haven't got that sort of ancestor, but I can found the family myself.
This is what I get for giving my heart to a wretch like you, for sacrificing my family honour.
Dishonour. Well, I warned you. I said, don't drink too much or you'll say something you might regret. It doesn't do well to talk too much.
I wish it hadn't happened. What made me do it? If only you loved me.
Oh, for the last time, what do you expect? What do you expect from me? To burst into tears, jump over your hunting crop, kiss you and all the rest of it? Lure you down to Lake Como for 3 weeks? What do you expect? I've had just about enough of this. Always the same when you get mixed up with women. Now look, Miss Julie, I can see you're unhappy. I know what you're going through. But I can't understand you. We never do this. We don't do this. Love is just a game for us. Something to do in our time off. We haven't got all day and all night for it like you. I believe you're ill. Yes, you must be ill. You must be.
Oh, talk kindly to me. Be human.
Be human yourself. Then if you spit on me, you must expect me to wipe it off on you.
Help me. Help me. Just tell me what to do to get out of this.
God, if only I knew myself.
I've been a fool. Out of my mind. But isn't there some way out?
Stay here. Keep your mouth shut. No one knows.
But they must. The farm people know and Christine knows.
They don't know and they'd never believe it.
But what if it happens again?
It's true.
And the consequences?
Consequences. Of course. It's a fool not to think about well, there's only one thing to do. You must go away. You must clear out at once. I can't go with you, that'll ruin everything. You must go by yourself, abroad, any way you like.
Alone, where I can.
You must, before the Count gets back too. You know what will happen if you stay. After the first day, well, the damage is done, so why not carry on? Then get a bit careless till the end, and then you're caught. No, you must get away, then write to the Count and confess, only don't go and mention my name. Doesn't expect, and I don't expect you to be too keen to find out either.
I'll go if you come too.
Are you off your head? Miss Julie running away with her footman. It'll be in all the papers the next day. That would finish the count.
I can't go, I can't stay. Help me. I'm so tired, so terribly tired. Order me, that would start me off. But I can't do anything for myself. I can't even think anymore.
Now you see what your gentry does. Why should you strut about and turn up your nose as if you were the lord of all creation? All right, you can take orders from me. Go upstairs, get dressed, get some money for the journey, and come back down.
Come with me.
To your room. You're crazy. No, get out, quick.
Speak kindly to me, John.
An order always sounds cruel. Now you know what it feels like. We were off camera for that last.